Good morning. Welcome to Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm Gloria Miller, and I am the Director of Religious... Can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay. Director of Religious Education. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrive today, in body or mind or spirit, and whether you're here in person or online, wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome here. If it's your first time or your 500th time, you are welcome here. We are glad that you're here. These words are by Reverend Scott Taylor. We gather as a house of stories, many stories, woven fine. As we listen to the tales of those who have gone before, the way in front of us becomes more clear. As we make space for voices long silenced, all of us become more free. As we hear the accounts of those who made it through the dark, courage reigns on each and every one. These stories, friends, I need yours as you need mine. It's how we become whole. As we gather as a house of many stories, come let us listen once again. Today, our kindergarten through 5th grade students and our teachers are going to help us light the chalice. Would you come forward, please? And for our chalice reading, we're going to read the chalice lighting that the children recite every time when they're in their religious education classes. And there are some hand motions, and they're on the slide for us. Y'all come on up. Thank you. Mandy Norris is going to light our chalice today. Please stand in body or spirit. Our opening song is Gather the Spirit, number 347 in the gray hymnal. Our communities of memory and promise are founded upon covenants because we all need a defense against the impulse of immediate feelings that challenge our best intentions. It is necessary to be reminded from time to time of what you said you were going to do and what you really want, over and above the lure of momentary comfort. Covenant is our word for the solemn promises that counteract the randomness of a future in which anything and everything is possible. By committing us in advance to certain relationships and values, we do this because what we build with intention and with difficulty sometimes is more satisfying in the long run than the pleasures we happen to encounter. We do it in time-consuming rituals, invoking powers that we scarcely know how to name, because we are seeking some way to give our lives the density and dignity and depth that we suspect with longing might yet be possible. Please recite the covenant with us, our loving covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant with one another. Please join us in our responsive reading. It's in the gray hymnal. It is number 646.
We clasp the hands of those that go before us. And the hands of those who come after us. We enter the little circle of each other's arms. And the larger circle of lovers whose hands are joined in a dance. And the larger circle of all creatures. Passing in and out of life, who move also in a dance. To a music so subtle and vast that no ear hears it.
Hello there, friends. As some of you know, I've been out sick with COVID this week, but our bridgers deserve all the blessings we can offer them. So hello, good morning. I'm Reverend Katie McQuaige Lucas. My pronouns are she and hers, and I'm greeting you from my house and watching online this morning. So I'm here with a bit of a pre-blessing for our bridgers, as well as a charge for the congregation. We're about to bridge our young people. Some of you may have grown up UU, you may have experienced this yourselves. Some of you may have experienced something similar in a different religious context. Some of you may have no idea what we're doing, and we thank you for coming along for the ride with us today. Our lives are full of in-between moments, where we're not quite what we were, but we haven't finished becoming yet. We're not quite this, not quite that, somewhere in the middle of the journey. And sometimes these journeys are only visible in retrospect, but there are some that we notice as they are happening. Births and deaths, weddings, birthdays and anniversaries, these are things we notice in the moment, we hope. And today we have a cohort of graduating young folks. They've been growing into their adulthood in that imperceptible way that we travel through so many of our life journeys. But now we are perceiving and noticing. Part of being a spiritual community is to mark and celebrate the changes in the lives of our people. And so I charge you, Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church, to be present today in this moment and offer your blessings. Bridgers, the congregation will bless you. Know that I'm watching online and blessing you as well. In some way or another, you are launching into new worlds, whether you're staying close or taking off for faraway places. Wherever you go, go boldly, knowing we accompany you. Know that we will always be a landing place for you if you need it, and that we will cheer for you wherever you go and whatever you do. There will be a lot of pressure at this time in your lives to know who you are, to know where you're going. And you may not know that, or you might, but what matters is where you came from. Remember that love is where you came from. And no matter how near or far you may go, that love is with you. May you always feel it, even when, or especially when, it's not immediately visible. May you find more of it wherever you may go. And may you give love too, as you move through a world that is desperately in need of it. Blessings go with you on this day as you transition into adulthood. Blessed be.
Today we wish to recognize 6 graduating seniors. Please stand as your name is called. Ben Elder. Ben and his mother Ann and father Jim have been members of Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church since 2012, where Ben has been an RE student, participated in the OWL program, and worked for Christy caring for the toddlers. Outside of church, Ben keeps busy with a variety of hobbies and interests, ranging from bouldering and cooking to gaming and mountain biking, and of course, Kuk Sool Won, where he holds a second-degree black belt. Ben Elder is graduating summa cum laude from Clear Lake Springs High School on June 1st. He plans to continue his education at Drexel University, where he'll be pursuing a degree in biology, to be followed by medical school and eventually a career in genetics. He's looking forward to exploring the East Coast and will be heading up to Drexel in late July. Thank you, Ben.
Dante Hansen. Dante will graduate summa cum laude from Friendswood High School on May 25th. Dante's passion is art. He has been recognized for artistic excellence as a 3-time visual art scholastic event VASE, I guess is the abbreviation, Gold Award winner for acrylic painting, pencil drawing, and digital drawing, as well as for being a rodeo quick draw contest qualifier and for pencil drawing. In 2023, he was awarded the, I'm going to mess this up, Althea Haven Ramirez Memorial Scholarship to attend a summer semester series at Savannah College of Art and Design studying scientific illustration and figure drawing, digital drawing, and graphic design. Wow. While attending summer courses at Otis College of Art and Design in Los Angeles in 2022, he earned college credit for figure drawing and illustration. In the fall, Dante will attend Rochester Institute of Technology in upstate New York on 2 academic scholarships, an RIT Presidential Scholarship and an RIT Recognition Scholarship. He plans to study medical illustration.
Emma Catherine Buchanan. Emma will be graduating summa cum laude from Clear Lake High School on May 29th. She played clarinet in the Falcon Band for 4 years and was a section leader her senior year. Emma was a CCISD Superintendent Scholar, a Lake Scholar, and a National Merit Commended Scholar. Emma will be studying mechanical engineering at Colorado School of Mines this fall and was awarded a Provost Academic Scholarship. Go Diggers.
Lillian Rose Whittenberg Ferrell. Lillian will be graduating summa cum laude from Clear Lake High School on May 29th, 2024. In addition to studying guitar, drums, rock and pop band at Clear Lake Music Lessons for the last several years, she was in the Clear Lake High School choir for 4 years. Lillian is a 4-year superintendent scholar for CCISD, a Lake Scholar, a National Merit Commended Scholar, and an AP Scholar for distinctions. She plans to pursue a degree in medical engineering at the University of Houston, Clear Lake.
Merlova Sidley Johnson. Merlova is the youngest daughter of Glenn Johnson and Melissa Magdaleno. She will be graduating magna cum laude from Clear Springs High School in League City, Texas. This past year, she was part of the Math Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta. She has been on the varsity tennis team at Clear Springs for 4 years, and this year has had the role of team captain. She had offers to play tennis in college, but has decided to focus on her degree in academics. She was accepted into the BAUUC College of Business at the University of Houston and plans to live on campus her first year. She will major in business management and logistics with a minor in Spanish, as she is already fluent in it and was in the bilingual elementary school programs in CCISD. Merlova enjoys all sorts of sports, and when she's not working at South Shore Fitness Center in their daycare center, she will be hanging out with her friends playing spike ball, beach volleyball, pickleball, or the winning hand in a game of poker. She is currently teaching herself Portuguese, as at some point in her future she hopes to work and live abroad.
Sage Reilly. Sage is graduating cum laude from Clear Springs on June 1st. They have been a member of speech and debate team for 4 years, acting as the speech captain their senior year. After taking a gap year, Sage will attend Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts and is planning to study aerospace engineering. Whew, all right. Let's hear it for all 6 seniors. At this time, James Ellis is going to have a reading that will begin our bridging ceremony. Following the reading, we'll ask that all the seniors come up to the stage.
Believe in your vision, follow your dreams, and know that when you return to us, you will find the hands of friends. Today, we are honoring you, who are stepping beyond and away and toward. We share in your journey and encourage your discovery. The youth you leave behind applaud you for all that you have been, for all you are now, and for all you will be.
Can our seniors come up to the altar, please?
Feel like Oprah. We'll use one of them to kind of peek in there and get the stuff out. We know that many of you present today are part of the village that helped Emma, Ben, Lillian, Dante, Merlova, and Sage along their journey of faith development. Thank you. At our child dedication service, we welcome those at the beginning of childhood into our church community by giving them a rose with tightly closed buds. Ooh, I'm going to pull Claire today. On stems from which the thorns have been removed. The buds are symbols of that life just beginning, whose unfolding we, just as they, will experience petal by petal. The thornless stems are vivid images of our intent to protect the children of our church family from all that could be harmful, to make their path smooth as their lives unfold. Now these youth are at the other edge of childhood, and it is fitting once more to use that symbol, that image from the past, to speak to them and to ourselves of what is to come. Again, we have a rose.
Not the tight bud of babyhood anymore, but a larger, more vividly colored one, closer to opening into full and glorious bloom. The stem this time is not stripped of its thorns. We cannot hold away the hurts and dangers of adulthood any more than we can keep this bud from opening. But to this symbol, we add a new one. Somebody would reach in and draw out what's in there. Gardening gloves. Though adult life is occasionally painful, not always rich in color and texture, we urge you to engage in it fully. And while we are not able to protect you in the future, we hope we have given you the tools that you will need to protect yourselves.
Tools such as values by which to measure the worth of our lives, decision-making skills, and the knowledge of how to think instead of following what others think, a heritage of right of conscience and the need to act on what that conscience demands, and a religious community in which to test and refine the possible direction of your life. Each youth will also receive the book Becoming, which is a wonderful coming-of-age collection. And members, friends, and fellow youth, as you join us in Cockrell Hall for the reception after the service, please be sure to sign the Bridging Seniors Chalice Canvas. So we are going to have a little reception in Cockrell Hall following the service. So at that time, we hope that y'all will each go to their respective spot on their tables and sign their chalices. So here's to all the seniors. Thank you for all you've done. And we'll definitely do some photos in Cockrell Hall. At this time, we'd like the young adults to come up.
Today we welcome your energy and offer you a safe place to grow. You who are stepping beyond, away, and toward, we congratulate you and wish you nothing but the best.
One more hand, please. Thank you. We gather today with all our cares still lingering from the week behind us, worries for the week ahead. We come holding milestones in our hearts and moments when our lives have changed. We bring our joys and our sorrows, and we know that others have sorrowed, others have rejoiced, and that we are not alone. I invite you to come forward to light a candle for yourself, for a loved one, for a hope or worry, for a milestone, a joy, or a sorrow. Whatever you bring, know that we will witness it and hold it with you for a time. We light one candle for all who are not with us this morning, for those of us who are traveling or watching online or live in our memory. You too are held in our hearts and prayers. Our prayer today is entitled Marginal Wisdom by Leslie Takahashi. They teach us to read in black and white. Truth is this, the rest is false. You are whole or broken. Who you love is acceptable or not. Life tells its truth in many hues, and we are taught to think in either or, to believe the teachings of Jesus or Buddha, to believe in human potential or a power beyond a single will. I am broken or I am powerful. Life embraces multiple truths, speaks of both and of and. We are taught to see in absolutes, good versus evil, male versus female, old versus young, gay versus straight. Let us see the fractions, the spectrums, the margins. Let us open our hearts to the complexity of our world, and let us make our lives sanctuaries to nurture our many identities. The day is coming when all will know that the rainbow world is more gorgeous than monochromatic, that a river of identities can ebb and flow over the static, stubborn rocks in its course, and that the margins hold the center. Please remain seated as we sing our prayer and song, Spirit of Life, number 123 in the Gray Hymnal. James Ellis will do our reading today.
There once was a man who had 4 young sons. He wanted to teach each of them about the dangers of judging things too rapidly before seeing all aspects of a situation. So, he decided to send each of them on a journey, one after the other, to view and observe a distant pear tree. Each son traveled in a different season. The first in winter, the second in spring, the third son in the summer, and the fourth in the fall. At the end of the year, he brought his children together and asked them about what they had seen and observed. The son who had traveled in the winter described a gnarled, twisted, and barren tree that stood stark and ugly against the land. The son who went in the spring disagreed completely. He commented that the tree seemed full of hope and promise, with many green buds along its branches. The third son, who traveled in the summer, described the pear tree he had seen as covered with beautiful blossoms that looked and smelled divine. Finally, the fourth and last son, who made the journey in the fall, was even more elated. He described a tree laden with sweet and delicious pears that tasted better than any he had ever eaten before. After each son had spoken, the father said they were actually all correct, because each had only seen but one season in the pear tree's life. He told his sons that it is foolish and impossible to make wise and fair judgments in this manner. He further explained that the essence of something, whether it's a tree or their fellow man, can only be measured as a whole at the end of the year, having seen it in all of its development and fullness. To make a negative judgment in winter is to miss the promise of spring, the beauty of summer, and the delicious fruit of fall. Moral of the story: refuse to judge yourself, life, or other people based upon a single mistake or challenging time. Refuse to let the pain of one season destroy the joy of what is to come in the future.
Thank you, James. At this time, Zane Stromberg is going to lead us in an optical illusion activity that the middle school group have been doing.
Today we are exploring how often it takes many views to see or perceive something in its entirety. Not everyone sees things the same way. The activity we're going to engage in now will help us understand how that works a bit more. We will soon be projecting 3 slides of various optical illusions. Each slide will be displayed for 30 seconds. You will find paper in your order of service, and there are pencils in the chairs in front of you. If you do not have like a pencil or like paper, then just raise your hand and she'll bring one to you. And yeah, just keep your hand raised until you get one. Once you view the slide, write down the first image you see. If you see a second or third image before the 30 seconds is up, you may write that down as well. After all slides have been projected, we will review them and everyone will share what images they saw. Okay, can you go to slide 1? Okay, so now I'm going to wait 30 seconds. Okay, so would anybody like to share what they saw first? Raise your hand. Okay, what did you see first? Cat going downstairs. Okay. Raise your hand if you saw something different. Okay. What did you see different? Okay. Interesting. Anyone else see anything different other than that? What did you see? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the second slide. Okay. So wait 30 seconds. Okay, so again, would anybody like to share what they saw first in this slide? What did you see? Oh, okay. Raise your hand if you saw something different. What did you see? Oh. Oh, they said that they saw two people kissing, and then they saw like people within like their face. Okay, so third slide. Okay, so would anybody like to say what they saw first? Okay, who saw something different? What did you see? That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah. She said an old woman. Okay, so the first person said it was a young woman with her head face like turned to the right, and then other person said it was an old woman. Yeah, and her nose is the young woman's. Does anybody see it? What did you see back there? Her hair is what? Okay. Yeah, I can see that. So, show of hands, who was surprised by what other people saw in the picture? And like out of all three pictures? Okay. So now raise your hand if it changed how you saw the picture once you knew that other people had seen something different. Yeah. So basically, this is supposed to represent that being part of a pluralistic faith reminds us that there are many points of view and that often we need each other to perceive the whole story. Thank you.
I'm so dang proud of our youth. I'm just tickled. A religious community is like a river formed from the many streams of our lives that meet and merge and flow to the sea. As members and friends of this religious community, we share our time and energy, our creativity, imagination, our vision, talents, skills, and gifts. And the streams of our individual lives create a river that is both deep and broad, a river that is made of many streams, sustains life, and refreshes the land through which it flows. But the river of this community also depends on our shared financial support that makes real our shared values and vision. We will now receive an offering for the support of this religious community and its work in the world. You are invited to give generously and joyfully as you are able.
All right, we have some announcements. The annual meeting of the congregation will be held next Sunday, May 26th, 2024 at 12:15. This is a voting meeting to elect the Board of Directors and the Nominating Committee for July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2026 fiscal year. BAUUC bylaws require that 20% of the eligible voting members to establish a quorum. Proxy votes do not count in establishing a quorum, but they do count as a valid vote. Members in attendance can only cast one proxy vote. If you are unable to attend the meeting, you can pick up a proxy form on the white table in the church office. A list of eligible voting members is posted in the sanctuary entrance. Also, next Sunday, get ready for a wet and wild time. We are throwing an epic end-of-the-year splash day celebration for our children and youth. Picture this: pools, water slides, balloons, and a whole lot of fun during our regular religious education class time. Don't forget your swimsuit, water-friendly shoes, a towel or two for all the aquatic action. After the splash-tacular fun, we will cool off for a delicious popsicle. Plus, childcare will be available during the congregational meeting. It's going to be a day to remember, so mark your calendars and get ready to make a splash. And mark your calendars for Sunday, June 2nd, as we host BAUUC's inaugural Pride Picnic after the Sunday service. It's a jam-packed day of family fun with games, crafts, and more. We've got the hot dogs, the fixins, and the potato salad covered, but we need your culinary magic to bring your favorite picnic dish to the table. Remember the lawn chairs and blankets, and spread the word to your friends and neighbors. After the service today, members and friends are invited to mingle over coffee and enjoy light snacks in Cockrell Hall. If you would like to donate snacks or help with setting them up, please sign up in Cockrell Hall. Let's come together and share some quality time as a community. And finally, here at BAUUC, we understand the importance of staying connected with our community. That's why we offer a weekly newsletter every Tuesday with the latest news and events happening at the church. Don't miss out on the opportunity to engage in meaningful activities and connect with fellow members. Sign up for the email list today using the QR code on the screen or going to BAUC.org and join our community with spiritual growth, fellowship, and fun. Our closing song is When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. It is 1008 in our teal hymnals. Please rise in body and spirit. At this time, I would like the seniors to come forward, and Sage is going to lead us in our benediction.
As we extinguish this chalice, remember, whether you are from the south, the east, the north, or the west, whether you were born into this faith, found it, or it found you, whether you feel at home or are still trying to find your place, whether you believe in God, are open to mystery, or still have no idea, whether you are unemployed, underemployed, cobbling things together, overworking, or in school, whether you're holding anxiety, grief, confusion, anger, hope, restlessness, or deep peace, Unitarian Universalism has a place for you. It's right here. It's like when you're strangling someone, you can't just do it for a couple seconds.
I've never strangled anyone.
I forgot to mention that.
What is that? Oh, this is seniors. Oh, well, don't be.